So I went over my life. I graduated, and like Chef Garry came to a point, and they have a program in the school, and I wish we can do that over here in the United States. When you got to high school, you basically went 2 weeks to work, you went 3 weeks to school, and on exchange, you got money a little bit. So for us, it was like, buying motorcycles, like mopeds, being independent to do whatever you want. But again, at the same time, we're running a job in the business. So we got basically one-on-one. The chef was over here. Our restaurant I worked was a 3-star Michelin restaurant. There was 36 employees in 1985. Everybody had a saucier, somebody with a poissonnier, somebody with things. Us, when we came in, we were like basically doing everything what nobody didn't want to do. And then you had to be aggressive and learn very fast. But the reason I chose to be a chef is because it speaks who I am, or a cook, to be honest with you. I'm a cook in my heart. I choose that profession because it represents everything what I stand for. I love the nature, I love eating, I love people, I love hospitality, and my job gives me an opportunity to travel around the world. So that's the answer.
Chef, is there any nuts in these?
Yes, almonds. Macaroons have almonds.
Any other questions?
Ask along.
I got into the profession because both my parents were chefs, and it was a real inspiration for me. I was always helping my dad. He had a catering business on the side, helping for communion, baptism, weddings, just name it. And he asked me never to do it. He said, "Don't be a chef. It's hard and it sucks." I went for it. I wanted to learn savory at first, and then I was into a 1-star Michelin restaurant where they did not need specifically a savory apprentice, so they were like, "Go to pastry," right? And I started working with that chef. His name was Claude, and he opened my eyes to the world of pastry, and I was like, "That's actually what I want to do. School savory. Let's deep pastry."
So I have a question. I don't know how specific you can really answer this, but are there like major, say, budgeting differences in how you would run a restaurant or a catering business in America versus in specifically France or Europe in general?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, in catering or in a restaurant for different things, if it's not on a function sheet, it doesn't exist. I had a function sheet I created for today. Well, the office created for us. We communicated how many people, what time, the address, what we're cooking, what we're making, or anything. There's a budget attached to that. If their function sheet doesn't exist, there is no order guide or anything. In the catering, we don't have it. It does not live in the shelves whatsoever. You have a restaurant. A restaurant, if you put a moment on the menu, you make a promise to a client to have it. So you go to many restaurants. I'm based out in 86. I always say to anybody, if you write a restaurant and make a menu over the years. When I was a chef at Spago, we had 36 appetizers and 42 entrees. It was a lot. So the one day after the economy went down, we say, you know what? Let's change everything wherever we did. 7 and 7 and 4 specials.
Yes. 1 page, easily read. Yeah.
Whatsoever. I'm a multi-faced person. I get bored easy. I love to hospitality. Same as Wolfgang. We love to entertain. When you come in the restaurant, it's like being a part of it. Let's just express ourselves. When you have Reso Limited, you always have to tell the kitchen, hey, what's the special for Monday? What's the special for Tuesday? What's the special for Wednesday? Thursday is a midday, so we finish everything from the 3 days. And then you have, and basically get everything Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you get everything in, and new specials. And then sometimes I used to say to my sous chef, you can buy anything you want, keep it in the budget. Don't tell me what it is, I will make something with it. Mm-hmm. So you buy matsutake, you bought line cuts, dry bass. You bought a half 18-wheeler trailer of king crab, that was a different story. But again, it's very important to constantly pushing. But if you don't have the budget, you cannot spend it. But sometimes, I'm sorry, same thing. When Danny Meyer, and I did something in the book you can read, they did a hot dog hot dog stand, they lost $5,000 the first year. But you're gonna tell me, well, if you lost 5,000, why should I go back the next year? Because he saw and they thought, hey, being part of the community, it's okay to invest $5,000. Because you can tell the investor, hey, I invest $5,000, I lost that, but it's a great good for the company. And able after the company came to them was running the park instead of paying the money difference. So I think sometimes making money, you will lose money, but to make money, you have to lose money.
So it's like $1.50 Costco hot dog.
Well, it was the Chicago dog, basically 9 items.
Yeah.
9 items on the Chicago dog, not very simple hot dog. I work with a lot of chefs, and some of them were big chefs, some of them are boss boy. You guys know the name Will Guidera? He did a book also, you should include that. He was 11 Madison general manager. Frank Guidera used to be Wolfgang Cafe president. He was also president of RRA restaurant in New York, where we're a sister company right now, $2 billion company. Will decided to take on, he worked with us. He was a busboy at Spago. He worked with us, he worked himself, he learned or anything, went to Cornell. Told him to come to ICE, he said, well, I'll go to Cornell. Okay. So long story short, he went to Cornell, he graduated. He worked in another place, he worked for Danny Meyer. He worked 11 Madison. And one day he went to his dad, he said, Dad, I need a blank check, I want to buy 11 Madison. I have a chef Daniel Hume. I'm going to buy the restaurants. They did it. They took over that restaurant, was originally built by the restaurant to be a brasserie. It was a monument thing because the building is part of New York estate. Basically, like you cannot change the facade or anything, you cannot change anything. And they started doing 11 Madison, the restaurant, like we know today, in the top 50 restaurant in the world, with Daniel Hume. Will Guidera always say one day, experience. The food what we do is color, but the hospitality is everything. Everything what we do is hospitality. And his one experience, same thing as we experience in our business at Wolfgang Park is the same way. But they know I can share a story with you, but I'm going to share a story where you can read and you can see. Again, knowledge for restaurants or anything out there, you can see and you can understand where it comes from. The hospitality has unlimited. We're talking about a hot dog. One day, somebody went into 11 Madison, and I talked to Will about that, and he told me about it. Walked in, they had a tasting menu, they ate all the things, or the caviar, champagne, everything you name it. There were 4 gentlemen on the table, and 4 gentlemen said, you know what, the only one thing we're going to have is water dog. He walked by, guess what he did? Turned around, went outside, bought the hot dog, went to Chef Daniel, and he said, Daniel, don't ask questions. Give me caviar, make a quenelle of sauerkraut, make a beautiful bond, or anything. He captured that moment and he brought the hot dogs for next course to the people in the restaurant. Same thing as us, we do with Wolfgang. We always bring something, we always start to think. Why do you think Wolfgang always walks along every single table in the dining room? He wants to know his diners, he wants to understand his diners, he wants to make sure they're happy, they have a sense of connections. So they did, and you guys can read about it. For this, I'm talking about it. Still to nowadays, that's the best hospitality experience anybody can experience. You could have given them anything you want, 3 meals, they wouldn't have talked that much. But able to listen and understand and create something for them, an experience, a momentum. They left and they said, this is the best restaurant to eat. Now, Spago is a similar style. We do a lot of things for people. When people are sick, a good customer, bring in food, we take care of them. It's not because they're not there. We do a lot of experience like that. We're not write it, so I cannot share all this experience. But I think it's very important for you guys when you're going to read something and you're going to understand what we're speaking. A lot of honest chefs speaking of it. And you guys are going to say, I don't know what all of you guys are going to do, where are you going to become, where are you going to go, and what's that mean for you guys? But you have to understand. Today, it's like what we say, it's 1-0. We always start, we go. Some of you guys are going to graduate, some of them are going to go to different classes, but whatever you learn is going to be for you. Whatever you decide to do is for yourself. Make yourself proud, make everybody Parents' problem is the most important thing. And come eat in our restaurant. If you want to stage or you want to come learn or you want to be part of something, don't be shy. This man has so much knowledge. Just let us know, but you guys are going to have to do the work. We don't give silver spoon at Spargo or at Holiday in Highland or in Catering. It doesn't exist. You get everything what you put in. That is where we are, what we do.
Thank you very much. Please give a warm round of applause.
You know, I'm nothing with a team. I'm going to tell you something, never forget that. I am not the smartest person, but I surround myself with very smart and good people. Garry, Reed, and Leah, and everybody on the team. You always have to have a team. We work well together. So never forget that people will help you. Please.
Thank you, Chef.